Now let's switch over to basketball. So the Celtics season is over and we have to be proud of our players. But let's talk about why they lost. Nick, what did the Celtics not bring to Game 7 or even the whole Lakers series?
They did not bring energy. Clearly that they did not. They came out strong, had a 6-point lead at the half, but then they just completely crumbled going out through the game. The Lakers had the mental edge. It was clear. I mean, Kobe's Kobe, and if the whole team's working around him as they did, then the Lakers are at their best. I mean, let's face it, Kobe was defended amazingly in Game 7, but Ron Artest had 20 points. Pau Gasol had 19. I mean, that is the hurt. I mean, the Celtics cannot let that happen. That is why the Boston Celtics lost Game 7.
Well, I kind of disagree with you. I think it was a great series overall by the Celtics and the Lakers. I think the Celtics played great, especially in Game 7 without Kendrick Perkins. I mean, they had a 13-point lead in the middle of the third quarter, which they gave up, which I'm not surprised by because the Celtics are a team that's known to give up leads. And that's what they didn't bring. I mean, with Kendrick Perkins hurt, they did great. But what I didn't like about Game 7 from both teams was that it wasn't Celtics best versus Lakers best. It was 83-79. That's horrible. I think that we started out great, but we just ended up a little short. Artest and Bynum had some great threes, and I think Kobe was being Kobe, making shots, and so yeah.
Well, for both of you guys, I agree and I disagree. I'm going to say the main reason that the Lakers came back and won was because, for one, the other Lakers gave Kobe a chance to win the game, even when he was struggling. And by the way, I think Ray Allen played the best defense on Kobe that I've ever seen. And two, the offensive rebounding, the rebounding control of the Celtics in their defensive end was terrible throughout the game. Nobody could ever get the rebounds. KG couldn't get the rebounds. Big Baby couldn't get the rebounds. That's where they missed Perkins the most. He's always a physical presence inside the paint, and he's always counted on to get those rebounds. That's why they hurt him. And if they had him, and if they could have gotten those offensive rebounds, the Celtics would have won this game by 15 points at least. That's why they couldn't win, and that's why the Lakers should not be celebrating this championship.
I agree with you that Kendrick Perkins would have made the difference. And I truly believe that if he was in the game instead of Rasheed Wallace, he would have been able to get those early rebounds, stop the Lakers from getting so many offensive rebounds. The Lakers only won by 4 points, so he easily could have gotten the rebounds and been the difference in the game. That said, it is inexcusable how the Celtics played in that fourth quarter. They had a 13-point lead in the third quarter without Kendrick Perkins. They could have easily kept playing as they did, and they could have easily won the championship, but they didn't. During the year, they kept giving up fourth-quarter leads. And even during the playoffs, when they had a great run, they were still giving up fourth-quarter leads. They ended up winning the game, but they couldn't keep the big lead in the fourth quarter. The Lakers capitalized on that. They showed that they were a better team, and the Celtics were older. The really bad thing about this championship is Phil Jackson was completely right. In Game 5, when the Celtics won, Phil Jackson said, "The Celtics have blown more fourth-quarter leads than any other team, and they're showing it to us right now." They were wrong in that game because the Celtics held their fourth-quarter lead, but they were right in Game 7 when the Celtics blew it, and that cost them a championship.